Welcome to this episode of Cook at Home. I'm Mattia and today I'm going to keep you company as we create a fantastic recipe together. If you are here for the first time, let me introduce myself. I'm an Italian chef with a passion for home cooking and a desire to share my love for cooking with everyone who has the same passion. My partner George and I created Cook at Home to bring our culinary knowledge to anyone who wants to learn new techniques and discover tasty dishes to prepare at home. We are excited to share this culinary journey with you, so get ready to dive into the kitchen and have fun with us. Ever since I started meeting people with a passion for home cooking, I have found that, for various reasons, people don't cook at home, even though they think cooking can be a very rewarding hobby. One of the main problems people tell me about is, I never know what to cook, I always do the same things. That's when I thought about what a professional cook does when he thinks of a new dish, and I adapted the thinking of a professional to what a person at home can do. I, for example, often start with my favorite ingredients, or those of my guests. The dish I'm presenting to you today was born out of a day when I had to empty the freezer, some time ago. George and I used some of our favorite ingredients we stored and created a super dish. We cooked our own dish together, we had fun, we ate well, and we could even use the leftover for the next day. What you are going to see today is the real meaning of Cook at Home. We are going to take one of the most famous dishes in the world, lasagna, transform into a unique dish that both George and I love. Of course, the lasagna is a perfect dish as it is, but it is also a perfect example of a dish that can be modified. You can fill it with any filling you like, and the pasta can be of different colors, dry or fresh, with more or less layers. Don't miss this and the next videos if you too want to learn how to create your own unique dish and become your own favorite chef. Cook at Home is finally coming to life online. Here you will find plenty of lessons on how to improve your cooking style and elevate it, to give you maximum satisfaction. Our focus is on bringing out the chef in you, helping you to build your cooking style. So, are you ready for this recipe? Let's get started. The ingredients for the beef cheek are 700 grams of beef cheek, mirepoix, garlic cloves and thyme, 20 grams of olive oil, 20 grams of butter, 500 grams of beef stock, and half glass of red wine. We start by putting salt on the meat. This process is very important because the salt will help avoid the beef's liquid coming out and obtain juicier and tastier meat. Meanwhile, we prepare a pan with butter and oil. I use both because their taste and technical qualities balance each other. When the fats are hot and you can hear them sizzle, brown the cheek. This will not only give the meat more flavor, but also allow it to retain its liquid better. When we see this brownish color on the side of the meat, we can turn it and keep browning the other sides. Now we can remove the used up fat from both the pan and the meat. We then place the meat on a piece of paper towel and throw away the contents of the pan. I will explain why we remove the fats when we talk about meat more in details. Place the cheek back in the hot pan and pour the red wine over it. When the alcohol has evaporated, prepare the cheek for baking. First, put all the mirepoix that I will show you in another video in a baking dish. Add the beef cheek cooked with the wine, and finally the beef stock. We are ready to cook. Remember that the longer you cook the meat for, the lower the temperature needs to be. and the more tender the meat will be. Let's talk now about the ingredient for the white ragu. 500 grams of pork sausage, the beef cheek and mirepoix we prepared before, 3 portobello mushrooms, 800 ml of beef stock, 200 ml of red wine, salt, 20 grams of olive oil, and thyme. We start with the portobello mushroom, cut off part of the stalk. I prefer to slice the mushroom and cut them into small pieces. If you prefer to taste the mushrooms more, stop at slicing and don't go any farther. In a frying pan, season the oil with thyme, and when it's hot enough, add the mushrooms. Dry on a piece of paper. In the same pan, brown the sausages, from which we have removed the outer skin. Separate the pieces with a spoon and fry for a few minutes until cooked through. Deglaze with red wine. In the meantime, with the help of 2 forks, break the beef cheek in 2 pieces and add the mirepoix to the sausage ragu. Add more stock and cook for 20-30 minutes at low temperature. We can now add the cooked mushroom and, if the ragu is too dry, a little bit more broth. Ingredients for the lasagna are lasagna sheets, 800 grams of bechamel sauce, white ragu, 200 grams of mozzarella cheese, and 70 grams of parmesan cheese. So, we start with the base of the lasagna. I spread the bechamel sauce evenly on the entire tray. We proceed with the layers of pasta. In this case, I prepare fresh pasta, but you can also use dry pasta. They should be blanched first. We try to cover most of the tray's surface by cutting out pieces of pasta. We continue with the ragu on the first layer of our lasagna. Then the bechamel sauce. Continue with mozzarella and the Parmigiano cheese, adding salt and pepper if necessary. For the second layer, we start by placing the whole pasta sheet in the side opposite to where we placed the first entire pasta sheet. We then add extra pieces to cover the entire surface. We can continue building our lasagna, add as many layers as you like. For example, I will prepare my lasagna with 4 layers in total. On top of the last layer, we will only add the ingredients we'll gratinate once in the oven. In this case, we put mozzarella, bechamel and cheese. Then, put the lasagna in the middle of a rack at 180 degrees for 40 minutes. For the last 5 minutes of cooking time, move it up to the top rack under the grill and change the temperature to 200 degrees. When we can see the beautiful crust on the top layer, the lasagna will be ready. It's better to let the lasagna rest for a few minutes before serving. The lasagna is now ready. The dish is complete. If you got water in your mouth, I understand. Today I show you step by step how to make your own lasagna. For more dishes like this, don't miss the next videos. Now, before you rush into the kitchen to create your own lasagna, leave a like to help us grow and join our Facebook community to share your success with the other foodies in the group. I'll be there in case you need any help. Ciao!